I'm gonna have to start the whole story all over again. And why don't again? I'm gonna just say this again, and this is a lesson for myself. My spirits are constantly telling me this, warning me. Stop allowing people close to you, because especially people that do the same thing you do, because when they see your success and what you can do that they can't, it breeds envy. Not everybody, because I have good friends that are in this field, that are good people, that never been haters. And shout out to you guys. I love you. You guys know who you are. But somehow I always fucking I try, I could see through people, but I always give them the benefit of the doubt. This is the Sagittarius in me. That's just who I am. But first, you guys know that my whole life story is a lie. That my struggle with addiction and just my whole life story, even though it's all documented, everything, you could watch me from the beginning of my YouTube channel till now, me going from a little shithole apartment to another apartment, and then from that apartment to a house, and I said I'm gonna invest in real estate. Everything I said I was gonna do, I fucking did. But no, everything I said was a lie, because I bought my first house at 22. Yes, I did. You can look it up on public records. I can easily pull that up on the Hernando County property appraiser. The time I bought the house and when it was short sold. Yeah, that doesn't mean I wasn't an addict from 24 all the way to my 30, 33, 31, whatever it was, 32, 9 years, whatever that math is, 23 to about 9 years. Okay, it's called being a functioning addict until you're not. But anyway, I digress. But apparently, so I need to stop trying to help people who are not mentally well. But let me just say this, that someone having mental illness does not give them the right to treat people like dog shit. I mean, what did I expect from someone who tried to get his own mother fired from her job? From out of nowhere. She's trying to help him clean his house after he has a mental breakdown, and he fucking just out of the clear blue sky just decides to email her fucking job and his father's job and try to get them fired. Like, I should have, right there, I should have been like, let me back the fuck up from this person, because clearly, but I always give people the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm going to look away so I don't, and then you guys can ask whatever you want to ask, okay? Since people want to post subliminals, right, I could be subliminal too. See, this could have just been, you get the fuck out of my life and get the fuck out of my house, and we're done. But you want to post subliminals to give your clients yet another excuse as to why you haven't done their work that they paid thousands of dollars for and they're waiting for. But, hey, so is it something, your injury or this, and you want to talk about other people not being able to keep their shit together? You guys know my dogs are dead, 2 of them. Yeah, apparently I lost 2 of my dogs, even though Rocco should have been dead months ago. Alhamdulillah. And he's still here, alhamdulillah. You guys are seeing it on camera. And Sadie. So I'm in my room right now, but I'll show you guys if you guys want to see. But anyway, let's tell you what I'm talking about. I started telling the story. I'm sorry if you guys are in the last live, and I'm telling it again. But I had to take it down because it kept cutting out because we were driving in the mountains. So, one day I'm on TikTok and I come across this kid. And he had a very confident personality, funny. So I'm like, oh, he does readings. I'll support his business. Let's see. Book a reading. He called me right away. As soon as I messaged him, he was ready for that money because he was so slow and dead at the time. He needed money. He had no money. He even told me that day, I'll never forget. I have a very good memory and I have receipts. I'm the queen of receipts. People need to fucking remember that. Okay? I have a very good memory and I'm the queen of fucking receipts. And I am who I am on live, on camera, the same person off camera. And anybody who met me in person knows I am who the fuck I am in person as I am on live. Unlike some people who show their fake faux personality, they're confident, they're this, but in reality, they really are like not confident at all, insecure as fuck, can't stand to see anybody else succeed, watch other people's pages, counting their views, counting their followers. Like, that was a red flag, but, I overlooked it. Okay, so he does a reading for me. It's all right. I should have known when I was on the phone with him, I puked. I literally started puking. Like right after I started puking, I was like the energy was so, I swear to God, I'm like, hold on, my stomach, I feel nauseous. I went in the bathroom and I threw up. That was my spirits like, don't fucking deal with this kid. But I always have to learn the hard way. That's my whole life I've been like this, okay? It's not that I don't know better. It's that I always have to fucking learn the hard way, especially when it comes to people, because I always try to see the good in people, and I always feel sorry. Oh, but see, people forget I have a good heart, and I love hard, but I hate when you fuck me over and stab me in the back, and especially lie on me, that's it. That's it. That's it. You fucked with the wrong one. People take my kindness as weakness. That's a problem. They always think, oh, this sweet flower is so nice, and she always gives and lets me walk all over her. That I can actually fucking stab her in the back and basically spit in her face, and she's not gonna do anything because she's so nice. No. You got me fucking twisted. Okay. Anyway, so we're talking while he does my reading, though, before I puked. And he's telling me that, he's an abusive household. He's telling me his whole business, and, he's glad I got the reading because he had no fucking money to his name. His car was broke down. He's been living with his abusive family who says slurs, the homophobic slurs and all this shit about him. And I'm like, I felt bad for him, as usual. Sob stories, they get me every fucking time. So I said, you've been at this for your prosperity for like how many years now? And obviously, it's not working out. So I'll do prosperity work for you just, as a friend. I know you don't have the money to pay me, but the only thing I ask is if I do this for you, I don't want confusion because people always get jealous. See, I'm the witch that other practitioners go to, okay? And most of them, it's not a problem. It's never like a jealousy thing. But with some people, they get real jealous when you can do for them what they couldn't do for themselves, okay? They get real fucking envious, okay? Just so happens me and this person live in the same state. So I do the work. Within a month, he started making good money. So that was April 2024. By October, he had the money to buy a car and move out. Put $10,000 down on a car, by the way, and move out. But the problem was he had no credit for living in, people are real picky about who they rent their houses to, as they should. And this is why, case in point, he had no rental history. He had none of that. He had never been on his own before at 25 years old. I mean, I moved out of my house at 18, but I digress. Anyway, so my dumb, stupid fucking ass, like an imbecile that I am, I said, I'm in the process. First of all, my current tenants, their lease was up, and they had to go. There was too many people living in the house. It was all family, but my neighbors were like, complaining. And I was like, I'm not renewing their lease. And I was like, I was going to sell the house and just buy another one. Because I'm smart with my money. And that's another thing. He called my friends that I introduced him to because he fucked up all his friendships and close relationships. I introduced him to people. He had the audacity to call my friend and talk shit about me, talk about, oh, it doesn't make sense that she has all these houses and this and that. Bitch, are you pocket watching me, first of all? And yeah, it does make sense. It's called being in business for 9 years, working my fucking ass off and being smart with money and investing it. Like, are you, I mean, stupid? Obviously not a stupid person if I bought my first house at 22 years old. Okay. But anyway. Oh, and I lied about my whole life. He's starting to, so let me get to that. So I take my house, I stop the sale. Somebody was ready to fucking buy my house, or like as soon as those people left, they were ready to sign a contract. I took my house off. I said, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and rent it to this person, and he needs a place to live, a safe place to live. And he's in an abusive household. I don't even know that that's true, since people always project their lies onto other people. So when they're lying about their whole life story and who they are, which I already caught him in several inconsistencies about shit that he said, but I just never said anything because I'm the type that'll let people lie to me and just keep a mental note of it. Because I have a very good memory. So if you said something to me and then all of a sudden that changed, but even if it's the slightest detail, I will remember it. But regardless, so he needs a safe place to stay. I'm gonna give him an opportunity. I didn't charge him first, last, and security. I just charged him first month like a fucking idiot. Normal landlords, and I do this on all my other tenants, my other properties, first, last, and security. But no, with him, I just charged. I let him move in just on first month's rent. With no credit, no fucking credit history, no renter's history, nothing. He paid on time. I'm not going to lie and say he didn't pay on time. He did. He better have. And that's why I didn't mind continuing to do prosperity work for him for free, because he was renting my house. And I'm like, okay, I want to make sure he could, pay rent. And he would, he went from making nothing, dick. Like I said, he couldn't even afford to fix his car. And I got receipts for everything. So if somebody wants to try me, which you want to post subliminals, I'm going to be but you want to be direct, I could be direct too, motherfucker. So you better think twice. Think twice. Because one video I have of you will just blow your whole entire faux confident, so stable fucking bullshit, okay? But anyway, project. Oh, because you lie about everything. It must mean I do. But anyway, so it goes fine for a while. And then May of 2025, so we moved in October. We got November, December, January, February, March, April, May, 7 months later. And I believe, I can't prove this, but I believe he started spinning out because I wasn't answering his calls. Keep in mind that I am extremely busy, okay? I don't have time to talk to people I've grown up with. I feel so bad. I haven't even talked to my best friend that lives in Florida. I'm afraid she's going to bitch at me. I know I'm going to get bitched at, so I haven't called her yet because I don't want to get bitched at, because she's going to be like, dude, are you mad at me? This and that. People don't understand when you're fucking busy and you're trying to work and get your shit done, you don't have time to hang around on the phone all day. Okay, if I'm on the phone, it's with my clients, okay, that are paying for a fucking reading and paying for my time. So I'm sorry if I can't be your goddamn therapist and your fucking emotional fucking sounding board every time you're spinning out, but it is what it is. So I believe that's why he spun out this time. So he ran around my neighborhood naked and covered in red paint, butt naked, in a family neighborhood. This is a good neighborhood. It's not like there's kids, there's elderly, there's families. There's a at-home daycare right across the street. Thank God it was a Sunday, and she didn't have her kids there, her daycare kids, but she had her kids, their actual children that she birthed there, and the little boy was so scared. He was cutting his grass up until that point, and he was scared. He was crying and everything. Of course, okay. He was running around knocking on her door. That's how I have tape videos of it, because it was on the Ring camera. I got it from two angles, one from the neighbor next door and one from across the street. And I sat there defending him. They had to call the cops. They committed him in a psych ward. He went to a psych ward for weeks. This whole debacle. The whole time, I'm literally defending him tooth and nail to my neighbors. They're like, I want him out of here. First of all, he moved in. He had Lucifer on his license plate. So right off the bat, they were scared of him, for that, which is not right. It's not anybody's business what somebody spiritually does, but that didn't, I guess, leave a good impression in a family neighborhood. But then when the red paint and nakedness happened, and not only was he running around naked, but he was chanting some shit that was bizarre, okay? And I've never fucking called or told anybody this. I told one good friend that I trusted implicitly, I still trust, because he's also a spiritualist, and he had warned me about this person, but he had also just warned about renting my house to him because of what the type of work that he does and what he works with. Hint, his license plate, Lucifer. Okay. So I'm like, do you think that this has, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, I don't give a fuck who I insult, but I've seen it multiple times. People that work with certain types of energies, they can't handle it. They're not fluffy bunnies. I don't give a fuck. But whatever. So I only showed him, and I didn't send him the video. I actually showed it to him, just not to embarrass him, but as a friend and as a professional. And I knew he wouldn't ever share or say anything. I was like, do you think this is spiritual or just psychosis or both? Like, I was just concerned. So anyway, he's like, probably both, whatever. So I'm fighting with the neighbors. They want me to evict him. They're like, this is bullshit. He's running around naked and doing this, and kids could have been outside. Thank God, And I'm like, I fought tooth and nail. I was like, no, he has mental illness. Obviously, there was no drugs involved. They found out I made up some bullshit about him, not having sleep and being dehydrated. I literally fucking pulled, and I don't usually like to, but I believe that that's what, because the way he had set, it was the hour, I knew he didn't sleep for days. I could just tell. But it wasn't drug related. It was just his mental health. So I knew he couldn't have been. So I wasn't lying. I was just telling them what I felt was the cause, because it wasn't drugs. I already got confirmation that wasn't drugs. I said, I think he was just not getting sleep for a few days and dehydrated and just, not taking medication that obviously he needs to be on. And this is what happened. So I'm sitting here fucking fighting with neighbors I knew for years, good neighbors, friends of mine, okay? And telling them, you need to have more compassion. This, he's a young kid. You don't know what he's been through. Defending him tooth and fucking nail, okay? Like a fucking habla, 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 stupid. Habla means stupid, okay? So he gets out of the psych ward after 3 weeks. He's calling me from it. He's on these very strong medications, okay? And he's like a zombie. And I'm crying. I'm so, I'm looking at him, I literally would cry. I'd have to move my face so he didn't see me crying, because it was he'd be like, hi, Shireen. I'm sad. Just like that. And it made me sad. I was like, this is so sad. I was heartbroken for the kid. I really felt bad. I was like, they're drugging him too much. He doesn't need to be this drugged up. So I tried to help him, advocate to get his meds, some kind of balance instead of just drugging the fuck out of him. So I'm trying to help him, like, talk to doctors and everything else, okay? Trying to, because his mother tried, and then he would basically it would go back and forth, tell her to go fuck herself. And I would never do this to somebody, but you want to post shit and lie about me that I got into all these accidents? What accidents? What car accidents did I get into, you fucking piece of shit maniacos? What accidents? Saying I lost 2 dogs and all this shit. He's throwing subliminals at me and the assistant I gave him. So anyway, I'm not going to keep going into what I did for him, but I tried, even though I was so fucking busy. He would always call me while I'm fucking busy working. I would always try to call him back. And then it got to the point where I'm like, bro, one time I wanted to talk to somebody about my feelings, just once. And anytime I would try to bring up feelings about anything, it was like, yeah, that sucks. Well, is everything going to be okay with me? And like, so insecure. So it's so funny when people are so fake online, and then them in person. It's like they're two different people. Like they put on this fucking act online, but then offline it's like they're the total opposite of who they try to pretend to be. It's crazy. But I would always try to be there for him. But I noticed like the very narcissistic selfishness where it's like he didn't give a fuck about any of my feelings about anything. Like, mind you, I didn't try to talk to him about anything. Like when Rocco's sick, when he was like at the height of his mental break. This is like months later, like when Rocco got sick. Remember, Rocco was diagnosed in January. This happened in May. And then as of October, they tried to get me to put him down and all this stuff, and said he wouldn't make the ride home. Just trying to talk to him about that. Rocco's my best pal. I was so hurt and traumatized about knowing that doesn't have a lot of time. And I would try to talk about that, and it's like he would just, oh, I know, that sucks. Anyway, back to me. So that would aggravate me, but I was like, okay, well, he just, whatever. I didn't feel it was necessary to argue about it. Just, okay, I'm used to that, to be honest. I have a few good friends, and you guys know who you are, that actually call me just to see how I'm doing. And I love you guys. And they've been friends. When somebody's had friends since literal fucking 11 years old, I've kept every single friend I've ever had from 11 years old till now. I've only had a fallout with 2 friends in my whole entire life. One, we made up. That was my old assistant, my first one. Okay. And we're cool now. And the other, I still have love for. And I've talked about her, Audrey. We fell out, and we're both stubborn, but never was anything like put her business out like this, or she put it was nothing. When somebody is constantly beefing with people online, constantly dragging other people, I've dragged a few people, but I can't help people constantly coming for me because of fucking envy. I can't, that's not my fault. I don't go looking for trouble. Like, I don't start it, but I will fucking finish it, okay? I mean, since day one, I've always been a threat to motherfuckers. Always. I mean, I love to be me. And despite everything I've fucking been through, I love being me. I love being Palestinian. I love being powerful. I love that I had fucking nothing when I came here, lost everything, lost my house, lost my fucking car, didn't even have a fucking cell phone. Had to rent a slum-ass apartment from my uncle when I first moved here. But apparently that's all a lie. My lineage is all a lie, even though he's met my father on FaceTime. And my father said, and I didn't ever tell him this because I didn't want him to be uncomfortable, but my father said, because he was like, this is a whole other thing. He literally was squatting, doing exercises, and his knee cracked. And ever since, he has it in his head that he needs surgery, even though 4 different doctors told him he doesn't need it. And he's like, you know, before he went to like his third or fourth doctor, he's like, when I get surgery, can I stay at your house, you know, for a few weeks because I'm not going to be able to walk. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I'm not going to leave you. You have nobody because you fucking shit on everybody that fucking cares about you, including your family, your brother, your mother, your dad. And I'm sitting here thinking they're the bad ones. You have the audacity to bring up, oh, she claims to be a witch, but she got into accidents. You're a fucking liar. I got into no car accidents. Did Justin? Yes. Did I maybe accidentally fight with him and speak some shit on him? Oops, yes. That was my fault. Did he disrespect me? And perhaps I said some things and wished some things on him and it happened? Oops, it did. But thank God he's okay. But you're for accidents, like you're an exaggerating liar. I didn't get into any accidents. Alhamdulillah, knock on wood. You're khamsa ba'anak. You're probably trying to speak that shit on me, saying I got arrested. Like what, motherfucker? No, I never got arrested. I never went to jail up here. I went to jail in Florida. I never went to jail up here. Like, obviously, you don't listen when I speak to you. But anyway, saying, oh, well, that's not a witch. She obviously can't keep her life together. Thank you, Liv Habibti. Like, that's not power. That's it. All Chat GPT. The motherfucker, I introduced him to Chat GPT like a dumbass, and now it's basically served as a yes man friend for him to feed into his delusions. Because, of course, he only feeds it his fucking warped fucking reality. And that's why Chat GPT is getting sued. I mean, as we speak, for all the people that it pretty much convinced to, or not convinced, but basically they would talk about suicide, and ChatGPT said, you know, rest in peace, King, and stuff like that. ChatGPT will always fucking agree with you if you feed it especially if you feed it, will agree with you regardless. I mean, that's what the ChatGPT does. But he now uses it as like his therapist, his lawyer, his friends, and he's cut off everybody. Now me, I was the only friend really he had left. He might have had a few people online that he talked shit about, but still, and that's a red flag. If somebody's always talking shit about other people, their friends, so-called friends, they're probably doing the same thing to you. And that was a red flag to me. I know better. It's not that I don't know these things, but I genuinely cared about this fuck. I genuinely cared about him, genuinely wanted to see him do well. I gave him like all the advice. Get an assistant so that, you know, somebody's answering your clients, you know, launch your website so that you're not missing out on business. All things that I learned throughout the fucking way on my own. I basically gave him like advice on how to, you know, do his stuff. I never told him to charge crazy fucking fees for expedite and this and that. He charges more than me by a long shot, okay? And expedite fees, and then doesn't expedite it, and they're still waiting, you know, $1,000 expedite fee. $1,000 expedite fee per spell. That's not even counting the spell. You want to talk about scam, motherfucker? See, people will use whatever, like other people, like bashing and things like that, trolling. That's all he could say about me is what other stupid dumbasses fucking said about me. And he had the nerve to say, I should have trusted my intuition. She's been manipulating me for 2 years. First of all, motherfucker, what benefit would I have to do that? You shared one post of me ever. You don't I went on your live once. You don't like shout me out constantly or anything. You're paying less. I charge you less by $1,000 a month of what I could get for that house. I do free prosperity, obviously not anymore. I was doing free prosperity work, and I specifically told you, if I am to do it, you don't do any prosperity work for you. And you fucking went from not having dick in your bank account, literally dick, nothing, okay? I purchased a $60 reading, and that's all he had that day when I met him. To 6 months later, putting $10,000 on a car down, renting my house, $3,300 a month, but I can get $4,300 a month for that house in that area. We're not in a cheap state. I mean, Connecticut is the most expensive state, one of the most expensive states in the country. So that house, the same house, I was getting $4,300 a month. So I gave him $1,000 cheaper than I could get. And you are draining me. You're very draining constantly. Okay? Bro. Constantly emotionally draining. And constantly, like, I had to put his shit on silent. I put everybody on silent because it and he knows this. Here's the thing. But of course he doesn't care to listen to anything I have to say or about anybody else. He's so self-centered. But maybe if he did, he would know that I have developed a very bad anxiety with my phone because of constant, like, having to fix everybody, for free, and being dumped on 24/7 with problems, everybody's problems, everybody. And it starts to get to you, especially him. He was like too much, like every little thing. Like I'm his mother, his therapist, his best friend, everything all in one. But I literally took him under my wing, defended him tooth and nail, fucking just anything you could do for a friend, I've done. And mind you, Thursday, he was just thanking me and telling me and Justin, and I have the fucking receipts, motherfucker, what a good friend I am and that he appreciates me, and that before me, he was sleeping on a flea-infested couch with mites biting his ass and everything, okay? But as of Friday, the next day, so he was contacting me the whole week, and then all of a sudden Friday, he tells his assistant that he's opened his eyes and realized I'm not who I say I am, and obviously he's spiraling mentally, and I tried to be understanding, but when she read me the messages, so let me backtrack. So about 2 weeks ago, we had went to West Haven, and that's where one of my rental properties is. And I love you guys. And we had to go. I wanted to. Justin was getting a piece for his car, and we swung by there. He didn't let us in, so obviously the house is upside down, and Justin's needed to fix things in the house. And like the house was brand new paint. When he went through his little psych thing, he fucking busted mirrors, fucking wrote with Sharpie all over the fucking the bathroom mirrors, couldn't get it off, like. And Justin wanted to like fix that shit, and he was also extending the wall out so that the refrigerator wasn't going past the wall, and he just had to like spackle it, and not spackle, whatever, texture it and paint it. And he's always been pushing Justin off, so obviously he doesn't want us to go in the house. Last time I've been inside the house was, I don't know, maybe it was before his, it had to be before his psych situation. It had to be. I don't think I've been inside the house since prior to that, because he obviously he didn't want to let me in there. But I also didn't ask. So I was like, whatever he did, we'll just fix it. I mean, how bad could it be? But so we stopped by just to say hi, check on him. And he didn't want to let us inside. So we ordered food from this Turkish place that we like. And since we're not close, like West Haven is about an hour and a half from where we live. So we ordered the Turkish place and we're waiting for our food outside. He didn't even invite us in. Mind you, when he first moved in, I did this whole cleansing of the house, called in prosperity, burned my prosperity incense that I brought. I brought all this stuff and I'm like calling in prosperity into the house, for him. I did cleansing on him, everything. The next day, he made like $6,000, $7,000 in one day. The next fucking day, okay? But no, whatever. So 2 weeks ago, so this is after. So I'm at his house, right? We're waiting. He's outside. I said, oh, he got 2 snake candles for me. I said, can I have those snake candles you said I could have? Everything I do for you, motherfucker, can I at least have the candles? So he comes outside to bring them, and he's talking about his knee, and he's swaying back and forth, one knee to the other, one leg to the other, going back and forth. And I'm watching him put weight on one knee to the other, back and forth, back, forth, back, forth, standing up. So I said, if your knee was that messed up, because every time I fucking squat, my knee pops. Every time. And you hear that? It's been doing that since I was 12. Okay? That even from all the way till I can remember, my knee always did that. I mean, it's just, you're getting older, bud. I mean, my knee's been doing that since 12 years old, like, at least. Even maybe younger. So, I'm like, I'm trying to put reality into him and say, you went to 4 doctors. He went to Yale. I mean, Yale, New Haven. That's a very good hospital, okay? It's a teaching hospital, but it's still a very good Yale we're talking about here. Multiple hospitals and multiple doctors told him the same thing. You don't need surgery. They made up some bullshit patellar maltract just to, I guess, get paid for their thing, but something very, this was, for him, it's like, oh, my shattered knee. Motherfucker, funny how you can sway back and forth, go up and down my stairs the 2 times that you came here, both times being after this knee incident. But no, it's just an excuse, because I said, if you don't want to do your work, you could just say that. I'm not going to yes man you to death. That's not a good friend. A good friend's going to fucking tell you want to get surgery so bad. Like, do you think that's like an easy fucking thing? You think they're going to cut you open and it's going to be like, oh, okay, all better? No, that would be months of healing. You think that these doctors, if they couldn't get the money for your surgery, you have good insurance. It's state Medicaid, by the way. You have good insurance. They would definitely pay. They would definitely do it if they could get paid for it. The reason that they're not doing it is because they can't justify to an insurance company that you need it. I was in the medical field. I guess I lied about that too. So I know how the billing goes. I know all that. They have to get an authorization from your insurance. And sure, they decline things a lot of the time, first time. But especially something like this, you don't need surgery. Any doctor that's going to do surgery on that, if they could, they would, if they could get paid for it. They can't. They can't justify it. And I just simply pointed out that you're swaying, you're putting all the weight on it back and forth. You're able to climb up and down my stairs. I've seen you climb up and down your stairs. Obviously, I mean, I said, are you in pain? Well, it's not like pain. Okay, so I'm just trying to put reality into him. I said, if you are just tired and you just don't want to work, you don't have to make excuse to me. I'm not your client. It's like, you could just be honest. I said, but, Anyway, I wake up the next day to this text message. Mind you, he hits the notify anyway button. So it fucking wakes me up. It's at like 9 in the morning. I had just went to bed maybe a couple hours prior to that. The motherfucker has an... Okay. So he says to me, he has the audacity to say to me, I feel, it's all chat GPT. I didn't appreciate how you dismissed me. I've been dismissed by doctors. I could go back and read it, but basically, I'm paraphrasing. I've been dismissed by all these doctors, and I need come to you as a friend. I need support. I don't. When you minimize my need, it made me feel like I disappeared all over again. Like, who the fuck talks like that? That's Chat GPT. He can't text somebody without using Chat GPT. Just fucking say what's on your mind. You don't have to make it all. So I'm like, really? You feel disappeared? I said, it's funny though. I said, when my dog is dying and I try to talk to you about anything I'm feeling, you dismiss it. I said, but you want to act like I'm just this horrible friend because I'm not yesing you to death? I said, I'm sorry, but a real friend is going to tell you when you're fucking up, or when you're not seeing reality clearly, or when they think you're using things as an excuse for being months behind on your actual work. I'm behind on readings because people keep me on the phone hella long, but these people, the same people, these are clients that have been coming to me for years, and we're honest and upfront with them about booking. Like, look, I wasn't even supposed to take readings. Gabby wasn't even supposed to book any. She booked them with the understanding that I will get to you when I get to you. I mean, if that's not okay, I'm sorry. But the way people just keep me on the phone for a long time, and my work comes first, they agree, fine, okay. I'm always upfront about any wait times or anything. Before, when I had them on the website, before I took them down, I had 4-month waits, and I had it put in fucking writing. That's why my cases were always difficult cases, because people had to wait at least 4 months just to get the consult. But that was their wait. So this way, by the time they get it, I could start their work right away. Their way is in the consult. That's how you're supposed to do it. Not be a money-hungry pig and just take every fucking consult right then and there that you could take and then make them wait for the work. I'd rather have you wait for the consult. That way, if you can't wait for it, you can go somewhere else. And if you can, you wait, I give you the fucking consult. But I don't sit there and fucking, let people... let people wait for, get the consult and then let them wait for their work after they're paying $1,000 expedite fee per spell. That's on top of the work. Like, are you fucking crazy? Anyway, but when he told me his new prices, he went from charging like $30 for a spell. I told him to increase his prices, but I mean, what he went from to was very I was like, what are you going to do when people see that you were charging $30 for a spell and now you're charging thousands of dollars for a spell, $3,000, but like crazy prices plus extra. I was like, that's going to be real sus. And you did make a video once about, calling another practitioner out for charging $300 for a love spell. It's going to be kind of hypocritical. I mean, I remember it. That means other people remember it. Like trying to, I went up in price, but it was like a gradual thing. My assistant changed my prices. I didn't. And that's why I felt like I owed her so much, because my first assistant, because she saw a leaf, saw how much I would do and what I would go through. And she'd be like, bitch, you need to up your prices. This is ridiculous. And she just went ahead and did it for me. And people paid. Why? Because I'm worth it. I don't give a fuck. And I'm always honest, you pig. I'm always honest about who I am. I'm the same person on and off screen. I've never lied about anything. Why would somebody lie about drug addiction, being an addict, going to jail. I mean, does that make me look good? No, it doesn't. But guess what? I know being online, people eventually will find this shit. So I was very honest up front about my past and my history before people found it on their own. And this way, if they don't want to work with me because of my past, they don't have to. So fuck you. Why would I lie about something that's embarrassing and shameful? The only thing I'm proud of is the fact that I got myself out of it and built fucking everything from the ground up by myself with nobody's fucking help except for my uncle that rented me the shithole apartment in the hood. But I was thankful to have that because nobody else would rent to me at that particular juncture. I had to restart all my rental history. I had just short sold a house, which I've mentioned. Short sale is not the same as just selling it. Short sale means you sell it. You know, basically you break even with the bank and it's not a foreclosure. Okay? So I had to basically start from scratch. Why the fuck would I lie? Get this shit. Okay. So let me go back to the fight. So he basically said, you know, I made him feel disappeared and all that because I didn't just yes man, yes man, yes man. You're right, man. You're always right. Everybody, all the doctors are wrong. You're you know, just coddle him and you're right. You're always right. You're not. No, a real friend. I would never want a friend like that. If you're that type of friend, you're not a friend. That's like letting your friend walk around with a booger hanging out of their nose and you don't tell them. That's not a friend. A real friend will tell you when they think you're fucking up. And that's what I did, and he didn't like it. So then he starts talking in Chat GPT, and I could tell. He starts and she takes the credit for my success, and you know, I appreciate everything she did, and you could just, that's what the whole message looked like. And it's just going on and on and on. And then I guess he wanted Chat GPT to, you know, make, you know, what Chat GPT does. You tell it, you know, this and that, and, you know, I want to say, fuck yourself, but can you make it sound professional or can you make it sound nicer? And then it'll do that. That's what he was trying to do. But he accidentally sent me the transcript of what he actually was saying instead of the polished version, ChatGPT version. And boy, did that give me an insight of how he really felt. Basically saying I take the credit for all his success and you know, I leave him and his demons out of it. But I basically met her a month before I launched my business, basically trying to minimize everything I've done. So I went fucking off. I'm not going to lie. I said, so I didn't do shit for you. I said, so I have nothing to do with, I said, I didn't take credit. If I do Crown of Success prosperity work for a client, I'm not going to take credit for their actual doing the work. But I'm going to take credit for my work. You're goddamn right. Not for me, for my spirits, for my jinn, which apparently my whole practice is fake, even though I already proved this. I already proved this on another forum where I actually posted sihr that was in my grandmother's house. I had a timestamp. I deleted it because I don't want people to really see. I keep it very sacred, but somebody said that and I had to prove myself. And it showed the tawiz and wafak. It showed the hair wrapped around in it and the cloth and everything. And you could see the timestamp and where I was, which it says Israel, but technically Palestine. You know, Israel. They don't. It doesn't say Israel. Even when you're in the West Bank, it says Israel. Apple doesn't use the term Palestine. But anyway, you could tell. Like, even though I have videos of myself overseas, even though he saw picture of my grandmother on her altar, with her altar, with the candle near her altar, one white candle. That's usually what sihr, one candle sometimes is involved, but it's mainly writings, taking certain verses and numbers and combining them on paper. Like, fuck you, asshole. You came to my fucking house. You saw my altars, how decked out they were, how much I put into them. When you're using TV trays for fucking altars and you couldn't even be bothered Okay, whatever. Maybe you work with what you work with. I guess it doesn't require much effort, but you're making all that money now. You should be giving them, but whatever. But to say my whole practice was bullshit, fuck you, pussy. Fuck you. And I'm not looking at the live right now because I'm. So anyway, so I was like, and I specifically, yeah, he's like, you're leaving me and my spirits out of the spiritual part of it. I said, yeah, because that was the fucking agreement that you were not to do anything for yourself if I'm doing it. And I said, if you want to do it, be my guest. And you're not doing me a fucking favor. I kept doing it to make sure that you were making money and successful, but also because you're living in my house. And if you're not making money, you're not going to be able to pay the rent. So, yeah, there might have been a little selfishness in it, but for the most part, it was for you because I could always rent the fucking house out. And I could always rent it out for more than what I will have no problem. As soon as I get him out, I will have no problem renting that house out. And I'm glad I didn't fucking sell it now because I'm going to just keep renting it. I'll probably have to make up for God knows what the fuck he did inside of there that he doesn't want us to see. But, so we get into this back and forth. I said, oh, so you don't appreciate nothing that I've done, the jinn have done. I said, nothing, right? And he's like, no, that's not what I said. And he was backpedaling and all of that. And then we made up, but I was like, I need to cool off because you said some shit that really bothered me. And I know you're not all mentally 100. So I still love you. I still care about you. We're good, but I just need to cool off. So that was like 2 weeks ago. Still, I didn't ignore him or anything, but I've been cocooning for the last month or so. So it's not just him. All my friends, I've been trying to spend time with my animals, get my fucking readings fucking caught up, just work and just be kind of left alone. That's what I do when I deal with something. I know I'm about to go through a loss. See, here's the thing. My mother passed of cancer. Aunts and uncles passed of cancer. Oh, he had the nerve to bring up a family medical crisis. Oh, why? Because my family died of cancer. I had family that died of cancer. My mother, pancreatic. So that means I'm not a witch. First of all, you motherfucker. Everybody dies, bitch. Some people sooner than others. That's how life is. How dare you use that to say that I'm not a witch? I was 3 years old when my mother died, or 20. She was 44, just turned 45. She was 20 years. So I was 24 when she died, actually. 24 years old, younger than you. And by the time she was diagnosed, and I had been telling her to go to the doctor, and she kept ignoring me. You don't fucking know shit. By the time she fucking actually went, it was not much anybody could do. You fuck. All right? Aunts and uncles die. My aunt was 80 years old that passed, this last one. The other one was in her 70s. Rocco's 15. Dogs, he shouldn't have even lived to be 8 or 9, according to the fucking vet. So I think he said it would be a miracle if he lives between 7 and 9. 15. The vet in October said he wouldn't make the ride home. Alhamdulillah, he's still here. I don't show him, but I mean, I can easily prove. I'll protect him. Where's Rocco? He gets excited. Here, oh, my dogs, my dead dogs. Here they are. Here, they're dead. They're dead, right? خمسة بعينك خمسة بعينك يا ابن الشرموطة والأبو ورحمة الله ما شاء الله الحمد لله ما شاء الله عليكم الله يحميكم كل جن يحميكم إن شاء الله fucker. But you're the one who let your fucking cat starve, right? A grown-ass man blaming your dad for not... See, now I got him all excited. Okay? grown-ass man talking about your dad let your cat die. I would live in the fucking car with my cat, my dog, any of my animals if I had to. You're a grown man. If you were living in your mother's house at the time, you should have, and you knew your dad wasn't going to take care of your cat, if he's that type of person, you should have been going there every day if your mom didn't let him fucking let you take the cat in. You should have been going there every day to make sure. If your dad is a sick individual to starve a cat like that, you should have been going there every fucking day. I wouldn't even left my cat with him. I would sleep in my fucking car. Your car was running at the time. You're a grown man. You should have never. But you want to talk about me? And you want to throw subliminals at me? You want to go subliminal? You did this. I could have just let this be and fuck you. I'll never forgive you. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if this is a spiral. It's obvious. Even though you go on your story looking all confident with your fucking sunglasses, changing your name and all this shit. You're spiraling, but you're trying to cover it, and you're good at covering it because you're a manipulator. But eventually you'll spin out. You're going to spin out to where you can't hide it anymore. And just like you did when you were running around naked in my neighborhood. But having the audacity to accuse the assistant that I gave you, who he was severely underpaying, especially considering he expected her to work 7 days a week, severely was paying half of what I pay Gabby. And like, whatever. She would still be there for him. Rocco, go lay down, habibi. Go lay down. When I get him excited, he was just relaxing on the couch. And I had to get him all excited. Okay. Yeah. No. Fuck him. No, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. Fuck him. Like, I don't want nothing. And here's the thing. He accused his assistant of taking over his website and all this shit. It's a fucking delusion. She did not do that. She doesn't even know how to do that. He fucked up his website, not her. Okay. But he's mad because he told her to choose between me and Shireen. And she chose me. Why? Because I'm a damn good friend. And what I was my point before, because I'm kind of going all over the place. If somebody's constantly falling out with every friend they fucking have ever had, they have literally no friends at all that give a fuck about them. Even family members have stayed away from them. Stay away, because that means that person did that to themselves. And I don't care what mental illness someone's diagnosed with. And this is what I kept giving him passes for everything because of his mental illness diagnosis. It should have been diagnoses, but I don't know. Regardless, I kept giving him an excuse like, oh, he's got this mental illness. He's got this mental illness. He's got this mental illness. Calm down. He's got this mental illness. It's okay. He's got this mental illness. It's not his fault. He's got this mental illness. That was Rocco farting, not me. I've never heard it. Rocco's the only dog I've actually heard fart. Because he sits on his tail. Dogs, you're not supposed to hear them fart. But for some reason, Rocco manages it because of his tail. The way he sits sometimes on his tail, makes a fart. Rocco, you farted. Oof. Anyway, Rocco. Constantly giving him excuses. Constantly, I love you, boo-boo. Constantly giving him excuses. Oh, and no. I know a lot of people who have been diagnosed with various mental illnesses. I've dealt with a lot of people in my 9 years of business, you fuck. And it's only a matter of time, bitch. You want to talk shit? It's only a matter of time. Yeah, I'm trying to hack some bitches for my job and I hear that part. It's only a matter of time Okay, you want to fucking say, oh, people warned me about her. Yeah, you told me random troll came in your inbox right before you met me and said talk shit. Oh, you know she's a scammer. Some random bot account, random fucking anonymous account did that. Do you know how many people talked shit about you and warned me about you and said stay the fuck away from him? He's a nut job. He throws curses on people for no reason. He's so many. I didn't tell you because I didn't feel it was necessary to start drama. And especially these people are my friends, actual real friends. So I'm not going to cause drama between people. But so many people warned me. People that show their face, people that I know warned me about you. And I didn't heed the warning like an idiot. I said, no, well, he's young. Idiot, stupidity. I know better than this. But, and you mean to tell me I manipulated you for 2 years for what? I didn't follow my intuition. So, okay. So you didn't follow your intuition. So you just now, so I'm this liar. Oh, and get this shit. I'm a liar. I made using a bidet a sacred practice. This made me chuckle. Using a bidet is a sacred practice. Actually, no, but in Islam, it is a requirement to clean your ass with water after you use the bathroom. And therefore, Arabs, whether you're Muslim or not, it's kind of just cultural, where a lot of Arabs just find it cleaner to use water in some contexts. That's what I said. I didn't say it was a sacred practice, you fucking idiot. That's how, like, you're not educated, you're uneducated, you're just a fucking, anyway. Why he said, yeah, there was a cheap, this is what he said to the assistant, there was a cheap bidet on her toilets. A cheap bidet on my, didn't I say you could get one on Amazon for like $200? I said that. But her whole house was stocked with toilet paper. Her bathrooms were stocked with toilet paper. Yeah, it's called drying your ass properly, and for guests and such, in case they don't want to use my bidet, like maybe they don't want to use a bidet in fear that it's like, will squirt back or something. I don't know. But yeah, I have toilet paper. Like, so that means I lie about washing my ass. Like, what the fuck? You're a weirdo. Like it's funny, but it's like, do you hear yourself? Do you read what you fucking write? Does this sound like a logical person? No, it's definitely not. And for someone who knows that I could literally obliterate you in every, like, spiritually, but also your reputation, and I wouldn't be lying and just pulling shit out of my ass. I have receipts. Had the nerve to say I scammed his one referral he ever gave me. He doesn't decline any work, by the way, ever. He'll take anything. Like, I actually decline people if work's not necessary, if it's gonna work itself out, if they don't need the work, I'll decline it. If I don't like the person, like they seem impatient or they seem rude or they seem like they're gonna be a hassle, I'll decline it. No. Nope. Anybody. But he drained this poor woman, for a lot of money. We'll just say You could buy a car with it money. Okay. And finally, her situation was just getting worse. So he was hitting a wall. And actually, no, she asked to be connected to me because I don't know how he knew me, maybe from the one little clip, I don't fucking know. But she's Arab. And so immediately she told me, she's like, I was talking, he called me on three-way, and I was like, oh, I don't know how to price this, situation. She told me, as soon as I heard you say that, I knew you didn't know how much he charged me, that he charges way more than you, after especially what I did end up charging her, and got the result she needed, like this, okay? And she just bought more work for a totally different situation because she was so impressed. She got more work, totally different work that has nothing to do with that case. Because that case, I already right away started fucking popping shit with it. Where you're hit a wall and milked her for a ridiculous sum of money, okay? Over 10 grand by 40%. Let's just put it like that. 40% more than 10 grand. Do the math, okay? A lot. I didn't charge her a fraction of that. A fucking tenth of that. You motherfucker. Anyway, actually, about a tenth. Am I doing the math right? Yeah. I charged her a fraction of what you charged, and I got her the result. You had the nerve to say you spoke to her, and that I said, or that she said that that I scammed her. When in reality, she just purchased more work from me a few days ago. Literally 10 days ago. And sent me a $250 tip for Christmas. And said in Arabic, may God protect you. And said, I wish I would have found you first. Doesn't sound like someone that felt scammed. And it's funny that you would even say that, because when I talked to you, I was like, I need to call this person. We need to discuss, some stuff in relation to her case. So you knew I wasn't scamming the bitch. Excuse me, let me not call her a bitch. She's not a bitch at all. I was just the woman, the very nice, kind woman. You knew I wasn't scamming her because I was literally telling you I have to call her to discuss, because this is a situation, a court situation, basically. See when the next court date is and this and that, okay? But I got that shit exactly where she needed it to go, and after you couldn't do it after all that time and money. So this is where I think the jealousy comes in, the envy. Then he had the nerve to call my neighbor, okay, one of the neighbors that I had to convince to just allow him to stay there and not make it a problem, that we're actually still talking. The one to the right of him, we haven't spoken since. I mean, we ended the conversation on good terms. These neighbors were very good friends of mine. I would go to their house. They would go to mine. Rocco would go play with their dogs. She'd take Rocco to play in the yard with her dogs. They loved to play together. I would read her cards. So they're not against spiritual work. They just didn't like him, like something he was doing, and then the naked thing just threw it over the top. But these were good friends of mine, and I pretty much let her have it when she kept insisting that I get rid of him. And I'm like, have a little compassion. Like, I kind of went off, okay? But in a very nice way, but I went off. I was like, how would you feel if that was, God forbid, one of your kids? Like, he's a young guy, he's going through problems. Like, if something like this happens again, okay, but I understand your concern, but give him a break. Like, these people are mad at me now. I lost a friendship because of this piece of garbage. He's not even he's not even worth my spit. Okay? And to say all that shit about me when just the day before that, earlier that day, he didn't even have the balls to say all that shit to my face. He said it to the assistant and said that he appreciated me and like because he started spiraling because I wasn't answering him. And he's like, "Oh, I want to take back my spiritual upon reflection, I want to take on my first he said okay. So we were supposed to do this podcast together. Just Tuesday and Wednesday, he's messaging Justin because he couldn't get through on my phone and showing him, oh, this is where we're going to do this and this is where we're going to do that. And he sends me a contract. I didn't answer because I was fucking busy. I don't have time to sit there with my thumb up my fucking ass answering your goddamn million text messages and your million fucking phone calls. And you know that I keep my phone on silent. Oh, by the way, that's because I have a million phones and a million numbers and, you know, a million IPs and you guys are all bots. Just repeating everything that I've said that has been said. Like, I couldn't even work TikTok. But okay. Oh, and he tells the neighbor, it doesn't make sense that she has 3 houses. She doesn't have that many followers. Like, it's called having good clients and good customer service and a good service, being good at what you do and having people come back to you over and over again. And my neighbor, who's my friend, was literally like, the first thing I noticed when I moved into the neighborhood is all the flower deliveries she would get. And she did work for me, and it always worked. And she's sitting there like, you know, and he's like, I don't think she ever liked me. Like, in his mind, he thought for some stupid reason, why I don't know, like, sought him out. This is like delusional. Sought him out because I didn't like him and was trying to sabotage him. Gave him a place for cheaper rent, no deposit, no last, just the first month's rent, not you having no prior rental history, just giving you an opportunity. Stop the sale of my house. Defended you with the neighbors when you were running around fucking butt ass naked. If I didn't fucking like you, bitch, now I don't like you. Now I fucking won't piss on you if you're on fire. But, and I always said, you'll never have to question how I feel about you because you'll know. I'll tell you. And like when he's telling my friend who's my neighbor in West Haven, she's like, what did you expect when you said all this shit to her? She's like, I'm not going to sit here. Because he's like, I told him, this is kind of petty of me. I said, and don't fucking call Jessica. She's not your fucking friend. She's my friend. I'm like that. Like, y'all ain't friends. That's my friend. Like, everybody that you could tell somebody, when you got to call the people that I introduced you to, that just shows you don't have no friends of your own that are true fucking friends. You're calling my people, trying to talk shit about me to my friends. Like, she's like, I'm not going to sit here. She's like, Shireen was the one that defended you even when I didn't want you here. So the whole point, it doesn't make sense that she has all this money and she has all these houses. What do you mean, motherfucker? I'm smart with money. I invested my money. As soon as I started making it, I told you what to invest in and how. You just didn't listen. I even tried to give him tips on how to invest his money and make his money work for him while he just sleeps. I have a portfolio. I'm not an idiot, okay? Yeah, I did stupid fucking things. Got myself into stupid situations when I was younger. Made bad choices. I've admitted to. You think I made that up for what? Why would I make that up? Why would I make up going to jail? And even though there's mugshots online, you could fucking verify. I could verify this owning of my house, when it was bought, when it was sold, everything. You could watch my progression on my YouTube. It's all documented. Where I started and where I ended up. Like, you could literally watch me. My first videos, I was coming home from work. I was still working a 9 to 5. I was working and doing this for months. I bust my ass. That's why. I always been a hard worker. Even when I was fucking doing shit I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was always a fucking hard worker. I was always fucking honest, too. I was never a fucking thief, you motherfucker. Never. Never lied about who the fuck I am, what I've done, what I didn't do, anything. Unlike you, you fucking bitch. Unlike you. How could you take money for expedite and then not refund it when they still were waiting months when expedite's supposed to be within 2 weeks? Why? Because you have an injury or you have this problem or you have that problem. Like, you want to talk subliminal about, oh, that's not a witch. That's, if so, she'd control her animals and take care of her life. And, bitch, like, what? You really have audacity, the nerve. Like, what are you? You want to talk about what you've been through in the last year? Because we could talk about it. I could fucking talk about this is nothing. I can fucking, this is just the fucking tip of the iceberg, you motherfucker. The tip of the iceberg. This is just defending myself. I almost didn't even address it. But then I was like, nah. You ain't gonna fucking lie on me, bitch. I don't care if you're being subliminal. Because you said my landlord. So people that know would know. So my tenant is a fucking lunatic who literally is off his meds. And treats people like garbage when he has these fucking delusional, because I didn't answer your phone calls, because I didn't answer your texts for a few days, that all of a sudden you flip like a switch. That's not normal. I'm not your mother. I'm not your fucking therapist. I don't owe you, unless it's about the house or you need some kind of repair. You had, Justin was answering your fucking phone calls. I wasn't avoiding you. My phone was on silent, but why do I have to explain that to you? I don't have to explain that to you. But I'm glad, because your mental illness does not excuse this behavior. I don't care. There's a lot of people that have mental illness and they don't treat people like this. And yes, I know this is part of your delusion, but it's funny how when you called the cops, he called the fucking cops for text messaging twice, okay? One time was to give him prior notice that we were coming to inspect the property to see what damage he may have done, which we are legally allowed to do. Called the cops for that. You called the cops, you little fucking bitch. Like, you're a fucking vagina. But you sounded real lucid when you were talking to them. So when you made your video, you sounded very confident and lucid. But I know, and the assistant knows, that you're spinning out of control. You can't go from one day to the next. One day, literally kissing my ass. Like, thank you so much. Justin, thank you guys for being family to me. You know, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for... And then literally the next day saying you uncovered all this stuff and I figured out everything. Her whole life story is a lie and she's been manipulating me and her whole practice is bullshit. You wish my practice was bullshit, bitch. You wish. You wish. How could you come in my fucking house? You've been here all of twice. Oh, Gin magic requires fasting. You must have got that from one of my videos because I've said that. And she doesn't, I've never seen her do that. You've been to my house twice. Twice. Both times on the weekend and both times I took off to hang out with you. That's what normal people do. But you saw all my materials. You saw my altars, how hooked up they were. You saw enough to know that my practice is not bullshit by any fucking means. Like, are you kidding me? No. You're just so envious that of everybody, not just me. How many times did I have to say to this motherfucker, stop watching everybody else and comparing yourself to them and what they have. Because be like a horse, and I've said this to you guys. Be like a horse with those blinder things on. When you're running a race, put those horse things on your fucking eyes. Don't be if it bothers you so much to look at other people's stuff and see that they're winning. And that literally, that's what would happen. He would look at certain people, and if they were getting views, I'm sure it killed him when I went viral on tacos and shawarma. I'm sure it fucking killed him. Killed him. Okay? If I want to, it talks about, oh, how many followers I have. Motherfucker, I don't need to be. I'm happy with what I have, the small following I have. I'm happy. I don't want to have people fucking judging me. When I went viral on tacos and shawarma, it made me like overwhelmed. I was like, oh my God, I got more views than the game, you motherfucker, on her TikTok. On her YouTube, one of her highest viewed videos. The game outnumbered me and on her YouTube. But on her TikTok, I'm one of her highest viewed TikToks. Millions of views. It overwhelmed me having all those people like putting their 2 cents in on me. Shout out to Elle. I love you, bitch. Don't be mad at me. Thank you, Habibi. Don't be mad at me for not calling. I know she's going to be mad at me. The more I think I'm going to get bitched at when I call my friends, the longer I put it off. It's not that I ignore you guys. It's not that I ignore my friends. I love you guys. I care about you guys. And that's what this prick piece of shit couldn't understand, obviously. That I work my fucking ass to the bone. You fucking piece of garbage. I'm not like you. I'm not like you. I can't sit on my fucking ass and just let shit pile up like that. I can't do it. I am mad at myself for being so behind on readings. But I also don't like to let people feel like they're just rushing through their reading. I know there has to be a happy medium. But people also appreciate the fucking fact that I give them however much time they need. Father sucker. But yeah. Who cares about your views? Exactly. I look like Martha Stewart. Do I? No, I don't. She's a, do I look like Martha Stewart? Do I really? I don't think so. She's a blonde lady. But anyway, so that's pretty much where I'm at. But motherfucker, I will be evicting. He's not in a lease anymore. He's month to month. Okay. He showed me some bullshit text message. He's been in my house twice, so I don't know if he got my phone texted to himself or what, but that's not a lease, and you're definitely not staying in my house anymore for sure. I am evicting you. I'm going through the proper channels. I'm hiring an attorney, and that's it. Like, I don't want shit to do with you. Everything else, I'm handling it. You know, I was thinking, do I fuck him up? Do I not? Like, what, because of the mental illness thing. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? No, because, like I said, being mentally ill does not give you a right to treat people like shit. It doesn't. There's plenty of people that have mental illness, schizophrenia, fucking all sorts of shit, but they don't go around treating people like this. People that want to help you. I'm sorry you were betrayed like this. Oh, it's such a betrayal. Such a betrayal. Being accused of just never liking him. I never liked him. I just, for no good reason, I would invite you into my life, into my home, stop a sale on my home. My house was fucking being sold. I didn't sign the contract, thankfully. I didn't sign the offer, but it was listed with my realtor and everything. I'm sure my realtor was pissed that I took it off the market. Okay. I get called every day to sell that house because they saw that it was listed and taken off. And I could prove all this. I could prove the house listing, everything. The fact that I took it off, everything. Okay? I get called every day to buy that property. Every day I get fucking spam calls from realtors to sell that property. Okay? But I did that just to... And then Justin, get this shit. This is really going to blow your fucking mind. Justin, unbeknownst to me, okay, because this weirdo, after I went off via text, like I just laid into him. He's like, yeah, it was real nice. You're moving into a house that was infested with mice and bugs for the first few months. That was really nice. I said, what? The house was brand new, brand new. The people that left it, he was the contractor that actually remodeled that house. And he left that house spotless. It was cleaned, it was painted, it was everything. Brand new. You had bugs. First of all, Connecticut is known for field mice. You had bugs and mice because you're a slob and you lived like a fucking pig. Okay? But don't think you're fooling anyone calling the cops after you fucking cleaned up. Because when the cops FaceTime from your phone, which is so like unorthodox, you could hear him going, does the house look like it's bad, like it's a mess? He's like, well, there's not like a lot of stuff here. And Justin's like, yeah, because you could pack all his shit in like a box, but go upstairs, go in the bathroom, like go, He cleaned it before he called the cops. You called the cops for text. Be a man. Be a fucking man. What a pussy. You're so big and bad, but you called the cops. You're this big bad spiritualist. Why would you call the cops? Fucking Handle me like a fucking spiritualist. Take it to the altar, bitch. You're going to call the cops? And this is the funny part. He called the cops, get this, because Justin texted him. First of all, he called once, 5 hours after my last message, mind you. He texted me 5 hours later at 4:16 a.m. Mind you, this kid, it's very obvious he has not slept, right? Spiraling. Calls the cops 5 hours after my last message, sends me a message, do not message, now that I know the dynamic, do not message me again. When I see it, I message back. I'm like, listen up, bitch, you little bitch. I own that house that you live in. Get it through your fucking peasy ass head. I'll text you when I fucking want to when it comes to my fucking house. So he calls the cops on FaceTime. The cop steps outside and even tells me, I'm like, don't you notice something's a little off? He's like, yeah, I asked him if he needed medical attention. I'm like, oh, I'm sure he does, but that's fine. I won't message him unless it's about getting the fuck out of my property or inspecting the property, which I have a right to do. Okay. Then Justin, unbeknownst to me, because I would have never allowed it, reaches out to him like, bro, like, I don't know if this is you or if you're just having an episode. Are you okay? Like, Shireen wasn't ignoring you. She had her my uncle and my dad came to visit. My uncle's 80 years old. I wanted to spend time with him. Who the fuck are you? Anyway, who the fuck are you to have to explain that to? My dad and her dad and her uncle came and she wanted to see her uncle. I took her phone from her so she could spend quality time with her uncle and her dad and her dogs and her cats, obviously, and me. She wasn't ignoring you. I was messaging. Because it's obvious, like, that's the only thing that happened between, like, the day before and then, was that I wasn't responding to him. But I kept my phone on silent. He fucking knows that. Anyway, he was calling Justin to get a hold of me, and Justin would give me the phone. He's like, but are you okay? Like, we were always here for you. Like, Shireen's always, like, went to bat for you. She lost friendships, Trying to talk reason, but trying to reason with people like him is, like, just a dead horse. Like, there's no point. Yes, he does. Good call, Grotesque Death. BPD, boom, right on the head. Right on the head. Right on the head. And you know what he responded to Justin? Yeah, he gets what he deserves. The young punk gotta learn, sis. That's what I'm saying. I'm sitting there, like, wrestling with myself. Like, should I fuck him up? Should I not? Should I even make this video? You keep your phone on silent for me. Why does he think he's so special? My friend just texted me that. Bro, I know. I keep it on silent for everybody. It's not that. It's like I will get distracted. I have work. I overwork myself. And to have somebody literally fucking try to debase and degrade and make my work, how hard I work, trying to not just minimize it, but trying to say my practice was bullshit. No, bitch, your practice is bullshit. I've watched you, what you do. Don't make me call you the fuck out. I'm going to keep some for a rainy day. If you dare ever subliminal me again, it's on. It is on. Because I'm just giving them the tip of the iceberg of what I fucking could say. Okay? But always save some stuff for a rainy day. All right? Because you want to keep going, motherfucker. You want to keep going. But this is like, that's the thanks I get. 16 eggs? That's awesome. I wish I had chickens that laid 16 eggs. Way too clingy, wanted all your time and energy like he's your husband. What the fuck? I know. Like he's my son. And I did take him under my wing like a mother, like a little brother. I didn't have kids, so I am a motherly person when it comes to, like, when I feel with certain people I feel bad for them. But this fucker tried to misconstrue that like I needed him to move in my house. Like I needed you for anything at all? I don't need you for shit, motherfucker. What the fuck did you do for me that I would have to manipulate you? And get this, ChatGPT is feeding, love you more, Mr. Conjure Habibi. ChatGPT, we got to do a live together. So you let me know when you want to do this. How can I get in touch with you? Sorry you have to deal with all that drama right now. The last thing you need. I know. It's my stupidity, my fault. I should have stayed the fuck away. I should have never. Okay, Habibi. I should have never. Message me on my Arabian Conjure email, ArabianConjure@gmail.com, and that way Gabby will forward me your info. But I should have stayed the fuck away. I'm stupid. Anybody who constantly at odds with other people, like, and I'm not talking about trolls that just bash you online like anonymous fucks. I'm talking about actual people that they were once friends with, always having a beef with them, always going, always have, and then having the nerve to say, oh, look, she can't keep her life together. She lost 2 dogs. What? Are you talking about the dogs that died like years ago? I mean, what are you talking about? Are you talking about the only 2 dogs that have ever died on me, which is 2 Chihuahuas? Are you talking about, like, what are you talking about? Like, dogs die. They get old and die. People die. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? What are you talking about? What car accident? I got into a car accident? What car accident? I didn't. Justin did, and that was my fault. I should have not spoke that shit on him when we were fighting. That was my fault. But what are you talking about? You're just making shit up out of your ass? Like, or are you just delusional? Which is it? That's why I'm wary to befriend people who are miserable. There's almost always a reason. I know. Karma, I know. And the fact that, people work with shit that they can't control. They can't, it's not I mean, my personal opinion, and I don't give a fuck, certain things are not meant to be your friend. Like, taking his jacket off. And it's ironic that I've said this many times, that certain, like, infernal, and he's sitting there telling, we'll call the assistant Julie. No, let me not use Julie's name. We'll call the assistant Maggie, okay? Tells Maggie, jinns can't be in your bloodline, your ancestry. Jinns are spirits of smokeless fire. You're trying to tell, listen, motherfucker, you're trying to tell me, is that why there's a hadith that literally calls Kurds people of the jinn? A lot of people believe you can't procreate with jinn, or you couldn't. But the legend has it, and I explained the whole story to you. But regardless, I also mentioned that's been working with my family, my grandmother, my ancestors for that over 1,000 years. Ancestral jinn. That's what I meant when I said ancestral jinn. But yes, that's the legend that we have that in our bloodline. And if you look at my playlist, it talks about how Palestinians from Nazareth, which is where my father's family's from, my mother's family's from Jerusalem and Bethlehem and Ramallah. But my family, my father's side mainly, is all like over Nazareth. Okay. But if you look at my playlist, there's a video that talks about the connection to the Palestinians of Nazareth to Jesus. That's what they say. I'm just going based off what I was told and what I feel spiritually and what I know. But I don't give a fuck if you believe it or not. You're fucking weirdo. What's a jinn? A jinn is a spirit of smokeless fire. He was right about that. And he's so mad. So mad. So mad. It's self-hatred too. He hates that that he's white. He hates that he's not free to do whatever he wants to do spiritually. He's not free to cultural appropriate anything he wants, and he fucking hates that. He hates that I was able to manifest prosperity for him when he couldn't. He hates that, I'm so successful. I mean, my friend that he called said, even her husband was like, why is he worried about how much money she has? Like, that's none of his business. Like, why is he pocket watching? Why is he like, and that is absolutely none of his concern, how much money she has, what she owns. Why is he even bringing that up as a point? He hate. Why would he hate that he's white? I could just tell. I could just tell that the way he is, the things that he says, it's self-hatred. Some people, why does anybody hate what race they are? Some people do. They hate that they can't work with spirits that we work with. Should never appropriate a culture or close practice. Exactly. That's, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like he would say, I can't do this online because, like it's unfortunate. So what I was saying about the horse thing, blinders. I would tell him all the time when he would look at, do I have this close to my face? He would look at people's channels and like count their views and people that, he's supposedly friends with, right? And be like, oh, I was talking to this girl and I taught her, I mentioned something. I can't remember exactly. Like I mentioned something about manifestation or something like that. And she repeated it and she got a shit ton of views off something I said to her. Now, frankly, I think that would kind of piss me off too, but it was constantly like, watching her grow pissed him off. But if that's your friend, first of all, if it pissed you off that you taught her something and then she repeated it without giving you credit, then talk to her about it. Just be honest. Just say, hey, that bothered me. But you like getting mad that she's growing and you comparing my success to my followers, that has nothing to do with it. I'm successful because I'm fucking good at what I do. I'm good at what I do. I treat people fucking well. I do right by them. I do the best that I fucking can. Have I manifested every single fucking case I've ever gotten? Absolutely not. I'm not a living, breathing deity. Do I have a damn good success rate? Absolutely I do. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But I'm as close as you can get when it comes to running a spiritual business. I care about my clients, probably too much to the point where it's probably not, it's blurring a line of professionalism to, friendship. But that's just who I am. I can't help it. I can't help that I care about people. But you know what? This situation has fucking made me so like disheartened. I will never ever let someone I don't already fuck with close to me like that again. Never. Especially someone that does the same thing I do for work. It just, if I don't already fuck with someone, that's it. I'm not ever. Because this is what I get for everything I fucking did for that little peon bitch narcissist. When Justin reached out, he had the nerve to respond to him and say, don't message me again, or stop manipulating me. Don't message me again. That's how he responded to Justin. After he disrespected his wife, he still was like, he's probably losing it, message him. He didn't tell me. I would have said, fuck no, don't message that motherfucker. He reached out to him as a concerned friend, and this motherfucker responded and said, don't message me again, stop manipulating me, and then called the cops on him. And Justin said to the cop, does it look like, read the message, was he's saying I harassed him? Does that sound like harassment? The cop was like, no, it sounded like a concerned friend. He said, no, it wasn't. He's like, but he doesn't want you to message him like friends or anything. Okay, bitch. I said, Justin, why the fuck did you message him anything about friends? I don't want nothing to do. I don't want his friendship. I'm done. We're done. What do you mean? He's like, I just thought he was having a fucking episode. He is having an episode, but that doesn't give him the fucking right to treat people like this. Okay, and we're texting you to give you notice, you little bitch, that we will be inspecting the property. And if you deny entry, we will be documenting it and going through the proper channels. That's it. That is my right as a landlord. Sorry for you. It was written in your original lease. You are now a month-to-month tenant. The rules still apply, though. The only thing that doesn't apply is you being locked into a lease. But how you conduct yourself in my property and how I am allowed to inspect my property still fucking applies. And it's can I get a free Palestine? Of course. Free Palestine from the river to the sea, inshallah. With those moon goggles. No, but I can't read shit without my glasses. I can't see nothing. I like some trolls. They're funny as fuck. She in fact can. But like, I'm so disgusted, you guys. I'm done. I'm so disgusted. I'm done. Badass witch she is. Oh, and you guys are all bots. He's repeating the same fucking rhetoric bullshit. Like, how does one get bots anyway to go in there live and send super chats and talk back to you and say, I mean, is that even a possibility? Is that even something somebody can actually do for real? I'm just curious because I don't even edit my videos, but I buy bots. Like, I'm saying, people are so confused. You think I need 1 million followers to be successful? No, I take care of the clients I have, and it doesn't matter if I get a new client or not. I take care of the ones that I have. So when they need something, over a span of 9 years, I've earned the trust, respect, and appreciation of a lot of people. To the point, alhamdulillah, and mashallah, khamse ba'anak, that I can post a ritual on my website and not even share the story, and it gets booked the fuck out. Booked up. I don't even, before I even get a chance to post it on my page, my fan page, my fan pages will post it. They only have like 300 or 400 followers each. I think the biggest one has not even 1,000. Post it on there. And some people will watch my website to wait to see when I post my next one. By the way, I got to post the New Year's rituals. I posted a sneak peek of the money one, but I didn't post the other two. So I'll get that up. But, you guys don't be gross, Wyatt. Anyway. These mods can only make women cry. What does that mean, Oily Chef? You bleep. Yeah, bleep bloop type shit, I guess. I stalk your website after Chris is waiting in your New Year's ritual. You're a bot though, Mango Mommy. You're a bot, Trevor. You're a bot. All of you are bots. You guys are bots. April, the Cowardly Gamer. You're a bot. Mary Berry, you're a bot. Rowan, you're a bot. All of yous are bots. Some of you have been following me since day one, since 2017. If you go back and watch the live replay, you'll see a lot of the same people are in my lives today. Actually, you'll also see a lot of people that are not in my lives today. So how the fuck does that work? But it's envy. Oh, it doesn't make sense that she has all these houses. The jealousy and envy is palpable. It's palpable. I even try to tell him, don't waste your money and buy a brand new car. That is a waste. At least buy it slightly used, even slightly, like a year old or something like that. Don't pay a ridiculous interest rate. You know, you have 10 grand to put down on a car, you know, maybe try to buy something, you know, almost outright at first. My first years of business, I drove my same Jeep Cherokee. It was in 1999 at the time. Until that shit broke down, that's when I bought a new one. That's when I bought a different car. That's why I'm successful, you fucking peon bitch. I don't waste money on stupid shit. I'm smart about my money. I know what it's like to have and to lose, which is what's going to happen to you. And so I make smart decisions rather than buying, you know, and this is no offense to people that do this, but rather than buying thousands of dollars in purses or shoes or whatever, I purchase property, gold, silver, precious metals. I put it in my bonds. I build assets and wealth for myself. That's why, you motherfucker. You're a bot, Robertson sister. Yup, you only been in my lives since fucking the beginning of fucking time. But Oprah, get a bot. You get a bot. You get a bot. Yeah. Well, when he snaps back into reality, and maybe he won't, and realizes he fucked up a very good friendship, someone that did pretty much anything for him, you know, because really I took him under my wing like a little brother. I'd literally call him my little bro. Defended him, fucking try to help him in any way I can. And that's the thanks I get for what? Not answering you, not being available to you for once. I wasn't available to anybody none of my friends. I feel horrible and I need to call them and tell them. And my real friends will understand. My real friends will understand. If you're not a real friend, you won't understand. But everybody understand life is life. Life gets busy. I have a sick dog. Okay. I might not be able to go to my friend's wedding because I won't leave him. And then, God forbid, something happens while I'm gone. I'm probably going to miss her wedding. But this is her second one, and I was in her first one. So I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. She is a dog. She has a dog, an elderly dog. I think she will understand. But I didn't expect, I don't want to leave him with anybody else because I know, when he needs his medication, I know everything, and I don't want to leave. And then, God forbid, he passes and I'm not here with him. Alhamdulillah, like, he's doing, he's doing well, alhamdulillah. But you know how with dogs, it can, especially seeing old dogs, you're talking about, I lost 2 dogs. My 15-year-old dog is still here, and they said months ago that he was going to die. You fucking peon. Oh, I wanted to punch him in the face so hard. Let me read you the post, which is slander, defamation. Everything I'm saying is fact, and I can prove it and back it up with receipts. Clarifying the energy around my brand. I've kept quiet for a long time out of respect, but I need to be honest, both for myself and my clients. Oh, you want to be honest with them for once in your fucking life. I got proof of you constantly telling your assistant, lie about this, lie about that, tell them this, tell them that. Okay, don't make me fucking... I'm just going to read you the part. Over the last year, I've watched someone I trusted completely self-destruct. Oh, I self-destructed, guys. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine, inshallah. Free Palestine, inshallah. I self-destructed. Yeah, because I was the one that ran around butt-ass naked with red paint on me and burned all my clothes in the backyard and had the cops take me away in an ambulance because, I wasn't taking medication I should have been taking. And I'm the one who, spent over $1,000 on a bracelet that, he almost spent over $1,000 on a bracelet from Zales that weighed no weight at all. And I was like, no, buy it on eBay. They check it for authenticity, make sure it's real gold, and you'll get your money's worth on it. Don't buy it from Zales and it weighs like not even a fucking gram. Okay? Otherwise he would have spent, I should have just let him eat shit. But he ended up burying the fucking bracelet in some cemetery that he doesn't remember and burning all his clothes and shoes. But yeah, my life was falling apart, right? Self-destruct, 4 car accidents. Oh, really? Didn't know that. 2 dogs lost. Huh, interesting. A family medical emergency. Are we talking about my 70-year-old dad having a syncope, which means that his blood pressure just dropped really fast? And my sister, this is why he was visiting Florida, my sister was concerned, obviously, and he vomited, and she took him to the hospital. He went home that night. I mean, that's what happens when you age, unfortunately. He's 70 years old. You fucking dumbass. Isn't your dad a nurse? You fucking... Oh my God. Anyway, an arrest for threatening a neighbor with curses. Oh, I went to jail for threatening a neighbor with curses. Definitely did not. Now I did cuss out a neighbor down the road. I'm not gonna lie about that. And she's fucking a politician. Um she's his fake baby mama. But as it turns out, I found out a lot of, so I did get a citation for disturbing the peace. But I mean, I didn't go to jail. And I found out a lot about this politician. He was accused of sexual assaulting his stepson. His name is Jay Case. Look it up. 63rd District. He's some kind of state representative. And his girlfriend, which he claims is his wife, and he's a conservative Republican, mind you, conservative Christian Republican, right? He lies about being married to this woman, but they're not married. And she's a psychopath. She's drunk. The whole neighborhood knows her as the crazy woman. And I found out she actually has a business working with special needs children, regulate their emotions, which is really fucking scary because that bitch is a straight up nut job. I mean, I watched her get in my. That's a whole fucking other story. But, anyways, I had my reasons for cussing her out. And, yes, I did threaten to curse her. And I got a disturbing the peace, and it's getting tossed, dismissed. So, yeah, I didn't go to jail, you fuck, dumbass. You're the one that was in a psych ward, not me. Funny, you have, like, insane asylum curses. Are you sure that didn't backfire and, work on you? I digress. But, okay. A family medical emergency and arrest for threatening a neighbor with curses. This is all Chat GPT. It's so obvious. That's not spiritual power. That's chaos unraveling. She called herself a witch but couldn't keep her dogs, her car, her life, or her mask from falling apart. That wasn't magic. That was ego in a cloak. So my car, they're gone. I mean, I hate to show off what I have, but I have a 2024 BMW. It's right outside Justin's truck. We were just in it. I mean, it's snowing outside, but I'll post it for you guys. I'll be sure to post it. I'll do a protection on it and then post it. But yeah, my car's right outside, buddy. And I don't know what you're talking about. I couldn't keep my car. My spirits were protecting me the whole time. They knew. They knew what? That someone helped you, gave you a roof over your head, fucking did free prosperity work for you, advocated for you with doctors, answered your phone calls from the psych ward, made sure that your assistant was still handling your emails and stuff after you fired her in your last mental spiral. Talk to her about the fact that you were just having mental issues and to please keep, doing his emails and he'll pay you when he gets out. Even offered to pay her myself and he'll pay me back. But she was fine just waiting for him to get out. They were hitting her, cutting her off, keeping me safe. But I was loyal to someone who was lying to me about everything. Her background, her power, her business, her character. Like, what? What? I lied about my background, my power, my business, and my character. Really? How's that exactly? What did I lie about? My background? Definitely not. I mean, you saw my grandmother's fucking picture on my altar, on her altar, behind her altar. Like, You met my father on FaceTime. My father backs up my fucking background. You fuck. I have videos of me in my country. I'm a dual citizen of. I have a passport. I have videos of me there with my cousins, with my family. My power, I think my power speaks for itself. And he also said, because why wouldn't somebody post all their testimonials? Because first of all, I don't need nobody evil eyeing any of my testimonials. I posted enough to prove myself. They're not for anybody. I showed this fucker my email, scrolled. I shared my screen, scroll, like full of them. But you know what? Just to be fucking petty, I'm going to start posting as many as I can. I have so many. But, oh, and I guess, and Jess even said, or my neighbor said, first thing I noticed was her flower deliveries when I moved in. I sent myself like hundreds of dollars worth of flowers. Yep, that seems very cost effective. Yeah. He would order flower arrangements for his spirits, and I would tell him once in a blue moon when he actually would, take care of them. But I don't think the spirits that you work with actually want like flowers. They want like, I don't know, dead animals and stuff like that. But, to pee on a Bible or burn a Quran or, holy books. That the kind of spirits you work with I don't think flowers are really their thing. But anyway, and I told them, you can get flowers at Costco, nice ones, and make your own arrangements so you're not spending florist money, but you're still giving them a nice, arrangement. Like, why the fuck would my clients send that to me as thank yous, as appreciation, as I don't tell them to send it. I'm grateful. My spirits are grateful. But you're so jealous, man. It's sickening. It's so sick. Like, her power, her business, her character. I see it now fully. And I'm speaking on it now so no one else gets pulled into that illusion. If you ever felt something was off, this is your confirmation. Yeah, for me, it definitely is. This is my confirmation. And I definitely felt something was off, but I'm a stupid idiot. If you're my client, I thank you for standing beside me through this. I'm reclaiming my work, my voice, and my brand. Oh, your clients don't notice there's always something with you. Like there's always something. Your knee, your this, your that, your injury. You'll call it your injury. Yeah, little do they know your injury is you squatting and your knee made a little pop. He was trying to be you. Yep. Hey, Tommy. Little do they know. I mean, I have so many receipts, it's disgusting. Like, it's disgusting. You're just a jealous. Why does Shireen post her clients' testimonials? Why? Because we ask her to. Because we are grateful for everything that she and her spirits manifested. That's why. Thank you, Crimson. Thank you, Habibti. And I screenshot the testimonials that are in my live and sweet things that my clients say. And do you see me post those? You see me take screenshots, right? But do you see me posting those anywhere? Why would I screenshot them and not post them? Why? Because they're for me. Because I keep them for myself. I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to prove anything to anyone. I read them. I appreciate them. I keep them and I cherish them. I have every flower card I've ever gotten in a box, a big ass box. I've showed it to you guys before. I don't have to. Here's another one that I got. The flowers are on my altar. I didn't even open this card yet. To Shireen and your spirits, thank you so much for settling my court case. This is an amazing start to 2026. I wouldn't have achieved this amazing turnaround without you. Love, Christina. Can you guys read that? Don't mind my nails. My nails are from before Christmas. I need to get them done. But, yeah. I mean, I could prove from all the flower shops that all my flowers were purchased. And I'm taking him to court because he said enough for people to deduce, for those that know I rent him a house. He said enough lies and slander. First of all, him just saying that and writing to the assistant, we'll call her Maggie, that's enough for a defamation, slander. And I got it to where I will sue you for funsies just because I can. I mean, I know by the time I'm done with you, you're not going to have shit to sue for, but just for funsies, just because. And I could prove that all my flower deliveries from every florist I've ever gotten flowers from South Carolina to here to West Haven, everywhere, I could call them very easily and say, can I have a record of where the flowers have come from? It's very easily proven. I need to get a crown of success from you ASAP. I actually have the crown of success on my website and prosperity. Those are actually on my site. Those are two of the few full sets that I do offer. But if you don't want full set, I also offer candle work that's cheaper. And that I can photograph. See, I give my clients options, okay? I have group rituals, which I post. I have vigils. I have individuals, candle work, which I will send a picture of. And then I have full set, which is Jinn Magic, which I am clear both on like every video I post and when I talk to the client, because they have to speak to me first, except for the Crown of Success and Prosperity on my website. But, you know, if you want a full set, I explained to you that's Jinn Magic, that's Sihr, and I unfortunately will not be able to show you that because most of it includes writings, like we'll call them sigils, conjurations, whatever, and it entails specific, it's called ta'wiz and wafak in English. I don't know how to say that. So they're writings, essentially, sigils, I guess, in English, and they take specific Quranic verses, Bible verses, Torah verses, depend, what you're doing, what jinn you're working with, works with planetary hours, days of the week, prefer, doesn't necessarily have to, but moon phases is best, sun phases, depending on what jinn you're working with, you have to use specific, what are they called? Like scriptures or Quranic texts. And you're not just writing, like you'll write the full Quranic verse, for example, but then the rest of it is numbers or specific symbols. You have to write it in a certain way. It's on paper. You put it, some you'll put in a bag with chicken bones, some you'll bury at a bank, some you'll bury in the cemetery, some you'll burn, some, it all depends. It may involve one candle, depending on what jinn it is, some may not. You have to say a specific chant in Arabic, okay? Sometimes it's 111 times, sometimes it's 1,011 times, depends on what you're doing. And that's why it's not just like easy for me to say. For one, I'm not giving anybody those sigils. Unless, now I might give some people a number square, okay? If I have to, if I trust the person and if that's necessary. But other than that, it's a whole process. Okay, there is fasting, but it all depends on what jinn you're working with. Every jinn is different. Different names. There's as many jinn as there are people, if not more. Okay? There's different types of jinn. So I make it very clear up front before they pay me. Listen, are you going to be able to trust me? If not, I understand the candle work is cheaper, but it's one and done. You'll get your picture. But this work, that's how I do it. It is what it is. Take it or don't take it. If you don't want to take it, that's fine. I'm upfront about everything. So you like talking shit. You have a lot of nerve saying I'm bullshit when you weren't making dick before I met you. You were a broke fucking bitch sleeping on your daddy's couch, getting bit up by fleas in a filthy pig's nest. Okay? You let your cat fucking starve. It makes me so mad. When you told me that, I was like, ugh, like, you said your dad fed his cat, but not yours. That doesn't make sense. An animal lover that takes care of their own cat, I don't know. It's possible. But if you knew that, why would you leave the cat there? I would like, you're disgusting. You have nerve to talk about me losing animals. My animals, alhamdulillah, they're good. What are you talking about? But you are the one that your cat, you said the cat committed suicide because she was so sick. I didn't know cats could be suicidal. No, you fucking let that cat be neglected to death. But you want to talk about me unraveling and my life being chaos, and just look at you, your clients. If they really had a half a brain, and I'm assuming they do, because to work with you, I mean, you charge outrageous numbers now. But so I'm assuming they have brains. I mean, the one you sent me certainly does, although I was very surprised when she told me the amount that she, gave you. I was completely shocked that you would do that. But so talk about lying about character and lying about your business. Like, who's the one that literally charges tens of thousands of dollars to people and charges all these exorbitant expedite fees and then don't expedite your excuse about your injury and this, that is not their fucking problem. That's not their problem. If you said you're going to expedite it and you didn't, give them their fucking money back. Give them their fucking $1,000 expedite fee back. At least. Like, it's not chump change. Girl, Daniel, sorry. Some little peon that has the audacity. Ty Lopez. The audacity. No, someone that has the fucking audacity. That's it. Anyway, I said my piece. So, no good deed goes unpunished, y'all. Don't help people if they constantly are bitching about other people and everybody wronged them, everybody did them dirty. No. And I knew that and I thought that, but I didn't think the kid would have the balls to fuck with me. Like, I honestly didn't think he would be that stupid when he saw what I did to another witch that tried me subliminally and saw her life crumble down, lost her husband. She got into multiple accidents, addicted to drugs, business went to shit. I mean, broke her ribs. I mean, I literally burned a couple of candles and threw a little sahid in the jar. I didn't even go that hard on the bitch. And she was posting about breaking her ribs. And a few of my people that saw it, that I showed it to, can attest. I sent them the picture of the rib cage candle, the spine candle with the nails in it, and the jar. And she was literally talking about all her spinal problems and her broken ribs. I mean, exactly what I fucking... I mean, it was so literal, it was unreal. But so literal that it was unreal. It shocked me, even, how literal it was. I mean, you don't expect it to be fucking that. I mean, I've said you're going to get into a car accident, and they did, but I mean, broken ribs and a rib cage candle. I mean, spine fucking fractures and a spine candle. Come on. I mean, that's not fucking... That's gifted. That's fucking gifted. And she posted about it. And people don't usually do that. You curse them. Most people aren't dumb enough to post their problems on social media, especially so-called spiritual workers, right? But he saw what I did to that bitch, and he still tried me. I was very surprised because he saw what I was capable of. He saw what I did with his life. He could deny it to himself, to ChatGPT. He could keep using ChatGPT to feed his delusions all he wants. But you and I both know who did what. And you still chose to fucking try me. Okay, well, you declared a war, is what you did. And now it's on. On and popping. He got work from you, so he knows. Exactly. But now he's going to know everything that I helped him gain, he will lose. And then some. I'm going to teach him a lesson he will never fucking forget. And I hope he does try to throw work at me, because every spirit in that walks with me, from the jinn to Santa Muerte, to my ancestors, to Pambajira, to Hecate, to every single one, 15 altars that I take very good care of. You got to worry about the jinn the most in Santa Muerte. They're very, very, and my ancestors, very, very, very protective. But he will do the work for me. And then on top of that, my work. And I'm letting you know, motherfucker, because I know you're going to see this. You declared a witch war. You know, remember you played 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare thumb war. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare a witch war. Okay? You asked for it. Go start a family or take care of yours. Maybe you obviously care. Cali bombs. Why are you in my life? No, hold on. Leave it. Go to bed. No one cares about what you're complaining about. Go start a family or take care of yours, maybe. Why don't you go to bed? Go start a family or go take care of yours. I have a family. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here, but I could talk to my following. What are you doing in here? Go to bed. Go take care of your family or go start one. Like, see how that works? You don't care and get the fuck out, weirdo. I love how people come in. Shut the fuck up. 12:16 a.m. See? It's late. Literally. Lit Santa Muerte's candle a minute ago. Confirmation. Boom. Oh, he tried to work with her, and I guess she didn't deliver for him. I mean, let me not. Nobody does, do they? I mean, based on what I can tell. And so he just dumped her statue somewhere. Like, he's he's just a disgusting individual, just pure disgust. And yeah, keep talking about me to my friends, you fucking weirdo. You have no friends left. You've talked shit about every single one of them. Every single one that you talk to online, you've talked shit about in some capacity. So, now my queen popping up every time I travel to my target city. This is the second time. Haha, consequences. I don't think so. I've been following for years. You got me through my 20s and helped me reclaim my own power as well as my own relationships to my ancestors. I don't doubt your spirit team will sort this out. Thank you, Habibti. Highly in your favor, inshallah. It's betrayal like a motherfucker. But again, people can have mental illness and not treat people crazy and not backstab people and lie about them, and especially somebody who's done nothing but be there for you. And last time he did this, he blocked a bunch of people and then tried to apologize to them later. And not all of them accepted it because they're like, he just blocked them. He didn't go, bashing them subliminally and all that, the shit that he did to me, or bashing them to the people that I introduced you to. Yeah, the way he treated his assistant, fucking her cats. Bad shit was happening to her since she started working with you, working for you. Two of her cats died. Are you maybe mixing, you know, you, so many things happened that her mother was like, you need to quit working for this guy. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And you wanted her to work 24/7, having no boundaries, 7 days a week, holidays. You have no boundaries at all. Like texting her at all hours, like firing her when she was at a graduation on the weekend when you said she could have weekends off. Like, you paid her peanuts. Peanuts. Literal fucking peanuts. And you were bringing in all that money and that's what you're paying her. You're just a fucking $300 a week and making her fucking do work 7 days a week for you. Like, you're just a gross person. You're disgusting. You're just disgusting. Like, ew. I never, even 2017, I never paid someone that little. And they damn sure, yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, y'all. So that's it. So keep posting subliminals, you little bitch, because I got more. I got so much more, and I'll show receipts next time. And it's not lewd or voyeurism if you just block out your naughty parts. Not that there's much to block out, but, it wouldn't be like porn or disseminating, like, what is it called? Revenge porn or whatever, because first of all, it was Ring camera footage. And secondly, all I got to do is block out your naughty parts, but people get the gist and see you're fucking not stable. That's all. That's all they need to really see. That faux confidence with your sunglasses and with your Boy George earring, and I found out that someone's been lying to me and manipulating me for 20 years. My landlord. Yeah, why the fuck? So wait, aren't you spiritual? Like, you didn't I didn't listen to my intuition for 2 years? But you're the spiritualist. You're telling me that I was able to pull the wool over your eyes for 2 fucking years? You're a fucking idiot. But okay, buddy. Call yourself, like, you make yourself look stupid with that one. Like, which is it? You're all powerful sorcerer and you're psychic and all that, but somehow I managed to manipulate and fucking pull the wool over your eyes. What exactly did I get out of that? What exactly would I get out of that? What did I get out of you? You sent me one referral. I don't need referrals. I didn't ask you for referrals. You sent me one because she asked for it. And I know that burned you, boiled your blood. I know it did. I know the envy was probably seething through you. The house was rented. You saw the people moving out when you pulled up. Like, you literally saw them. Like, it was rented and they would have stayed in the house if I wasn't selling it. Easily rent that house. That house is primo fucking location. Right next to I-95 and walking distance to Walmart, McDonald's, Starbucks, fucking everything's like right there. I miss that location, honestly. I kind of live in bumfucked Egypt, but I like the country, but whatever. But everything in fucking literal walk, you could walk to cemetery in walking distance, everything. Primo location. Can't have a better location. Good neighborhood. Fucking 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, fucking finished basement, perfect to do your work in, half finished, half not. I would do my dark work in one part, and the not finished part, it had a wall and a door. And the other half, I would do my good work, and I would keep them separate. It was perfect. Like, and I gave it to you for fucking way cheaper, like $3,300 for that house in this fucking state is like unheard of. And what did I gain from you? If anything, I lost. I fucking lost trust now in anybody. Lost money because I could have fucking rented that house for more money or sold it. Okay, but I'll get my money when I rent it to somebody else. You completely betrayed me and fucking lied on me, my reputation, tried to turn my own friends against me that I introduced you to. Lost my friendship with my neighbors for defending you. What did I get? You were just a drain, crying every day. And he'd be like, is everything going to be okay? Can you see everything's going to be okay, Shireen? Everything's going to be okay, right? But you, this faux, like, people would never believe how insecure you actually are. That's how fake. Don't believe, a lot of people on social media are not who they are online as they are offline. But anybody who has met me in real life, which is quite a few people, would tell you I'm the same person online as I am offline. But some people, whew, is it possible to do work to bring love and peace among partners? Absolutely. Love and peace among partners. Yeah, you could do sweetening. You could do, just depending on the situation, you could do like a love spell / like a jar, like a sweet jar. I like to use either, instead of honey, because honey flows slowly. Like if you just want something simple, I would use, you could use sugar water, like, or sugar mixed with rose water is really good. Or orange blossom water, rose water, or just regular water with sugar. And like heat it up. When you heat it up, put personal concerns if you have them, like hair, fingernails, even underwear, like just the crotch part, just cut it, put it in, and just mix it. Alhamdulillah, he's still here. Alhamdulillah, thank God. Knock on wood. He's good. He's sleeping. He's relaxing. Hold on. See, I didn't want to. He gets excited when he sees me. He was, that's him. Hi, baby, calm down. He does, like, I noticed something. He was quiet until he sees me and he gets excited. That's why I try not to wake him up, but But when I'm not around him, he doesn't do it at all. But he gets spoiled and he gets treats and he gets love. So I don't know if that's why. If you want to treat Rocco, I swear he does it. And you want a treat? You want a treat? I give you a treat. He still eats and everything, but that noise, it's like, I feel like it replaces the usual. Remember, he'd go, oh, 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 like he's very vocal. So I almost feel like that's him trying. You remember how it is. So, you're honestly so amazing and real. Thank you, Maria. But no, I'm fake. I'm phony. I'm this. I just told them the whole story, babe. Mm-hmm. Isn't that some shit? Yeah. You tired? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's opposite. When I first came to live, he was like, come here, babies. He was like so mad. He was like, I want to break that kid's face. He was like, I want to. Justin was like so funny. He's like, I want to break his fucking face. I was like, no, we can't. We can't. Hey, question is patience important in spell work? Yes. Patience and faith. Exactly. Because, especially, I mean, when someone's working with spirits, any kind of spirit, here's Sadie girl too. Wow, you ate that whole tree in one shot, girl. You're a beast. No,
I thought they were dead.
I know, right? They're, God forbid. I mean, Rocco's 15, so if he dies, that's not me not keeping my life together. Fucking weirdo. But your cat can be starved to death and fucking run out into the street.
Eat his own poop.
Eat his own, yeah. She ate her own feces, starving, according to you.
I should feed him a piece of dog shit.
That would never be me, motherfucker, ever. I take great care of my animals. My animals are
all
the most spoiled.
And they're all, like, we saved them.
Yeah, they're all
except
adopted.
Sadie's crazy ass.
Except Sadie, we got her, but from a breeder, even though I don't do breeders, but
it was helping a friend.
I was helping, yeah, a friend's man. But he needed to sell them. And they need homes too. I mean, even though I don't usually like agree with breeders. But I protect animals.
She bit me, and when I was pretending to hit it.
Oh yeah, Sadie.
Yep.
I love animals. I treat my animals like gold. They're my children, and you're the one who literally lets your cat be starved to death and have to eat her own feces. And you said it's your dad's fault. No, it's your fault, motherfucker. Yeah. Your fault. Take responsibility.
Take it to the shelter.
Yeah, if you can't take care of an animal, then give it to someone that can. Better than it dying a horrible death. You have some nerve, bro. You have some nerve, and that. Take responsibility. I should have never fucked with you. That was my fault. I didn't ignore my intuition. I did. I ignored my fucking, not just my intuition, but just how you are. Just your personality, the way how you did your mother when she was literally trying to be there for you, cleaning your house, whatever she supposedly did in your past. Okay, at that point, you let her back in your house. You let her clean your house like a maid, and then for no reason, out of the clear blue sky, you email her job and fucking try to get her fired. Don't eat my food, silly. Come on, Sadie. I mean, that was a big fucking red flag. Big. And then you said maybe you'll move back in with your dad. Move back in with your dad if he'll take you after you try to get him fired too. But I mean, that's your dad, so hopefully. But you're moving the fuck out of my house, homeboy. That's for sure. And you ever, at this motherfucker, it's okay. Go ahead and do it. And if you think that I'm going to just not defend myself and I won't show receipts, that will fucking absolutely destroy you. Am I still in rehab? Nah, I got out with your mom. I got out with your mom. She told me to say hello. Anyway. But I did go to rehab. Yeah. Many years ago. What year was it? 2015? Yeah. It was a good program. No, but I lie about my addiction. Lied about everything. You fucking. If I'm gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie and make myself look like a fucking derelict that fucking went to jail and fucking went to rehab and fucking had addiction and lost everything. I'm not gonna. That, to me, the only thing out of that whole thing to be proud of is that I got out of it and was able to rebuild myself and be a successful person. But other than that, I'm not fucking proud of having to go through all that shit. Not at all. Stop practicing my spirituality for 9 years. Who would be proud of that, you fucking dope? Gay. Anyway, show my feet. I'm not showing my feet. How did you get back into your practice after you stopped? What happened was, well, first when I was in jail for 30 days because, long story short, I got possession. So I used to do things I shouldn't have done. Okay. Drugs, pills, but I was in the car with some people and we got pulled over. Long story short, I took the blame for everything because I thought they had the same pills on them that I got prescribed, but they had different pills and paraphernalia. And so I was like, fuck it at that point. I took the blame because I fucked up. Went to jail. My family wouldn't bail me out because they're like, she's out of control, which I was. And sat in jail, got out, got transferred up here because I have family here in New York. And then I needed a job. That my point of saying about the jail thing, I took what I could from like the kitchen. I had a friend that was my first time getting locked up, but I knew everybody in the town, and I had a friend that was able to like smuggle me things. Well, we had commissary too, but she was able to get me a few other things from the kitchen. And so I did some spell work, and we had paper and pens and pencils and stuff. So I did spell work to get the judge to, go easy as possible on me. And I never got in trouble before. And so the judge gave me adjudication withheld after I finished drug offender probation. So that's good, especially considering I was charged per pill. And, it would have been bad. So I could have been a convicted felon, but I'm not because of that. And so I came up here. I needed a job. I needed help. And so I basically just threw myself at the mercy. Because I was mad at them for a while because my mom died. And I felt like they could have helped her and didn't. And so that's why. And I was too busy ripping and running to be spiritual. And so then when I got up here, I didn't want to work for my family and stuff. I wanted, to be independent. And unfortunately, in Florida, they put your mugshot online. So, I was like, fuck, how am I going to get a job? They're going to see that shit. And, but I was able to get a good, I did spell work. And I told this, the spirits to forgive me for turning and, getting mad at them for something that just was in my mom's cards. And so that's how I got back into it. But no, I'm lying about my whole life story because that's so fucking proud. It's such a proud moment for me. So proud of that. So proud of being a drug addict at one point, and so proud of going to jail that I have to fucking lie and make that up. You fucking peon, pussy, narcissistic, sociopathic, selfish, fucking demonic, fucking evil scumbag. You are scum of the earth. You are literally just a terrible person. Like, you're just a garbage human. Just garbage. You are garbage, trash. You will never have a friend like me again in your fucking life. Ever. You will never find anybody who's a friend like me, you bitch. Okay? But keep posting subliminals because I'm going to leave this here. But you want to keep going, I'll keep going. And I will show receipts and you ain't going to like it. So if I were you, I would just shut the fuck up and take it to the altar. Be a man for once in your fucking life and just shut the fuck up. Stop being a little bitch. Because you thought that shit with other practitioners, you thought they could be nasty and all of that. I can be very... You took my kindness for weakness, and that was a big mistake. Because I'm an evil bitch once you cross me. I'm an evil, vindictive bitch. And I don't have no reason to pump fake you all this time and pretend to be your friend. For what? Who does that anyway? Only somebody as mental as you would think somebody else would manipulate you to be your friend, to what? Rent their house cheaper than they could and stop us selling. It just, like, rational people wouldn't think this way. And you're giving your weirdo version to Chat GPT. And yeah, a Chat GPT will always be a yes man for you. It's unfortunate, but your delusional self eventually will probably snap back into reality, but the damage is always going to be done, and I will never allow you ever in my life, ever near me. I can't wait to get you the fuck out of my property and just fuck off and die. I could care less. I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire at this point. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. And more to come. If this motherfucker tries me, he's really going to be sorry. And you'll get to see a really funny video. I don't take much to cover that little. So, and I'll actually use names next time if somebody wants to fucking play with me. Anyway, I love you. Our narcissists have no empathy and always manipulate, so they assume everyone else is faking too. Exactly. You're right. I love you guys. I'm going to go to bed. I'm exhausted. I will see you guys in the next one. Can you do prayer for my... Of course, I will light you a candle, Trevor, for your college classes. I have your info from rituals and stuff. So I'll do a vigil candle for your success for college classes. Have a good night, you guys. Thank you for letting me get that out. I wouldn't have said nothing if he didn't post little subliminals. More excuses for his client. Are you going to use me now as an excuse? Is that your tactic? Because you're just another to blame the assistant. Now she took over your, like, it's always an excuse. You're making yourself just look like you can't get your shit together. You're not making no one else look bad. My work speaks for itself. My longevity in this business speaks for itself. My success speaks for itself. And clearly, you're so envious it like eats you alive. And that's really sad. If you can't be happy for other people's success, that's just pathetic. Really pathetic. I've always been happy to see other people succeed. And if you can't be happy for other people succeed, put a fucking blinder on. Be a horse. Put your blinders on and run your fucking race and mind your business. You're too busy looking at other people, bro. You're not my bro. You're a bitch, but I'm just saying it's pretty pathetic and sick and sad. And stop trying to talk shit about me to my friends, you fucking weirdo. Because unlike you, they're actual loyal friends, and they're not going to turn on me for your bitch ass. You saw even your paid assistant didn't stab me in the back for you. Yeah, that's because when you're loyal to people and you're good to people and you treat people well and you do what you can for them, they'll have your back. You wouldn't know that. That's why you're so greedy and you milk the shit out of your clients because you know. I mean, anybody that will be and you get mad when they don't tip you. You already charged them out the fucking ass and you want them to tip you. Pathetic. Pathetic. Anybody at this point who still works with you is like brain dead. I'm sorry. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next. Loyalty is respect. Exactly. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Toodles, bitch.